Hello everyone, welcome for this new video. I'm Elloa, I'm Embers Adrift community manager, and I'm also a streamer and a content creator. In this video, I will be talking to you about everything that's new to Embers Adrift. The beta has started in March, and since then we have added many new features, many new systems, many new content, as well as some polishing and some new technical advancements. So in this video, I will basically be talking to you about our progress. But first, for those of you that do not know Embers Adrift, let me do a little summary about what our game is all about. Embers Adrift is an indie MMORPG created by Stormhaven Studio, a small team of 11 developers. Announced to be released this year, Embers Adrift is a game that brings back the feel of exploration and adventures with friends, directly inspired from the impression that left us the first generation of MMORPG, such as EverQuest, Star Wars Galaxy, Dark Age of Camelot, Vanguard, or World of Warcraft Vanilla. 100% PvE, the game focuses on collaboration between players to overcome together the challenges that they will face by venturing the world. While the game heavily focuses on group play and encourages players to recreate social bonds by grouping and teaming up together, it is possible to journey alone and progress your character as a solitary adventurer. The journey will, however, be much more comfortable and fun with other players. Indeed, the combat is strategic and tactical. Each of the 3 roles, Defender, Supporter, and Striker, and the 9 classes are balanced to be complementary of each other and offer players different unique tools to defeat their opponent. Embers Adrift is a relaxing, challenging experience. Player will be invited to think, to make decisions and choices, and progress their characters via adventuring, crafting and gathering, and the acquisition of powerful equipment or regions to boost their abilities. The beautiful landscapes, the gorgeous music, and the relaxed pace of the game allow players to take their time to immerse themselves into the experience, socialize with other players, form bonds and friendship, and create memories that they will never forget. Will you be one of those drifters that fled the wars of the Southern Kingdom, traversed the Darklands, and passed the Great Chasm to arrive into the sundered mythical lands of the North? Land of legends where it is said, the ember can be found plentiful, and it shaped the world differently. Will you dare to discover its secrets, or will you focus your effort into rebuilding the dwelling society of New Haven? Welcome to all beta testers to this new cycle of testing. To start your testing session in the most comfortable way, I recommend you to check out the threads on the announcement section of our forum called Getting Started in Embers Adrift. I recommend as well to read the patch notes every week, or at least to listen to Alice Blue's video on her YouTube channel that I will put a link in the informations below. You will find everything you need to know regarding the new addition during that week. Sometimes some instructions are being given to you to find specific bugs, as well as some focused feedback that we ask from you, the player. I recommend as well to join our Discord server and follow us on Twitter. I'm sharing over there all the news related to Embers Adrift, the testing time, the organized event or YouTube video or live stream, as well as some community content. And it's the best way to get along with the developers and the community and get to know everyone. Thank you so very much for your support, for your testing, for your time and your dedication. Now let's speak about everything that's new during this cycle. The most visible change is our new skybox. We have been waiting for a very long time and some Unity update to be able to implement it. And it does truly transform our game both on an aesthetic level, but also change the adventuring experience. Amazing to realize how the skybox changed the beauty of the whole landscape. The colors are more vibrant, the atmosphere much more hopeful and pleasant. The dawn and sunset transition the night into the day and vice versa in a symphony of gorgeous colors. We do also have a beautiful celestial body in the sky. This is not the moon, but the planet around which our world is orbiting. That planet, named by our community Jupiter, this is not the official name too, always indicated the north. This serves as a welcomed compass for players to navigate the land and orient themselves with the help of the map. In addition of helping players to find their way, the planet served to lighten up the sky and indicate the time of the day as a giant clock. The new skybox is personally one of my favorite changes. I find the landscape so much more beautiful since we have changed the sky, and I love the planet that we have, lighting up our nights. Some of our players have given the feedback that they regretted the lack of compass on the map. Some players did not enjoy the darkness of our nights. So the big planet is solving two problems at once. First, it always shows the north, therefore it gets quite easy to direct yourself with the map. You have now a compass in the sky. And for the people that did not enjoy the darkness of the night, now we have a giant full moon constantly. We also have added a darkness slider to the game. If you prefer your night darker, a little bit closer to what it was before the change, you can push that slider up. Welcome to Red Shore Forest, our 5th zone, welcoming adventurer from level 26 to 30 and more. This zone can be accessed from the north of Meadowlands and the north of Dryfoot. The area is, as its name suggests, a forest of high sequoia trees bordering a large lake surrounded by snowy mountains. The shore of Red Soil is the home of many creatures, from lake alligator and crabs to bears and raccoons. Further north and far away from New Haven, the Exile have established camp and fort in the forest. The lush vegetation is also home to all kinds of bugs and arachnid, and is the favorite hunting ground of the Snatch Scales, a new tribal creature introduced with this zone. I love Red Shore Forest so much. It's absolutely a stunning zone. It's gorgeous, it's fun, it's very vast, you get lost very often, be careful to not fall into spider hell, and the large, gigantic shore that you have is so thematic of that zone and so much fun to parkour to hunt mobs. It's a work in progress, however, we still need to add named boss, the open dungeon, as well as different things, but overall it's already a very fun playground to play with your friends or alone. Every classes have been reworked to add abilities up to level 30. All kind of changes had been happening to balance and polish the progression of each classes. For example, some abilities that could be unlocked at an early level have been pushed at a later level. Some abilities that used to be empowered by region cannot be empowered anymore and been replaced by another one. Some abilities have been polished and balanced. To know every details regarding classes and roles, please check out the patch notes and forum thread listing all abilities for every classes. Another ability is being prepared and will be given to a class, the Lull ability, which distracts an NPC enemy that did not have acquired a target. Ideal to disable an enemy before pulling. This ability has been tested by our community through a consumable. Which class will obtain this ability has not been decided yet. Your feedback is still welcome on that regard. Statistics have been simplified and clarified. We do not have any more blunt, piercing and slashing damage, but more straightforward one-hander, two-hander and ranged weapon damage. Resistance have been polished as well. A new statistic have been added to the game, flanking, that can be found on leather armor. This statistic empowers the positioning bonuses that role and weapon does have. A new ability has been offered to every role at level 1, Strike. This ability allows for an easier, more comfortable and more dynamic experience for starting characters. I personally really like the flanking statistic. I think it's an absolutely nice addition to the game. I think it's really fun to have to position yourself when you're fighting, and for every player that, like me, enjoy to take advantage to the tactical aspect of the positioning while fighting, you will love to have this flanking bonus on your gear. Strike is also a very popular change. It really does speed up the leveling progress between level 1 and level 2, which was really needed. We really want to capture the attention of the player when they start up the game, and to have this new ability make the combat more dynamic, more fast-paced and a little bit more fun, especially when you're a defender or a supporter. You didn't have a lot of tools at your disposal to fight your way, so this strike ability is really a godsend. Crafting is a system we deem important in our game. We had many ideas and ambition about it, but some of those ideas did not work in the way we anticipated. That's why testing and players' feedback is very important. This is our third iteration of crafting since we implemented it. This round, we have introduced a greater number of recipes to increase the satisfying feels of progression and clarity of the system. Once they reach level 10 in their craft of choice, players will purchase some new recipe to the merchant, allowing them to progress and understand clearly what the next steps are. To ensure that both crafting and find loot are equally exciting and useful, crafters are capable to craft certain pieces of armor, while some other can only be found as loot. This allowed us to ensure that crafted gear and dropped gear were on par in quality, making crafting more interesting and rewarding than it was in our previous test. Ember imbued gear is still something that players can craft, allocating additional stats to the crafted gear and being overall more interesting than dropped gear can be. It is still possible to find very desirable equipment on named boss and rare drops. Our biggest challenge with crafting was to ensure that crafting and inventorying were both rewarding and exciting. The system is also much more intuitive. But then again, players' feedback is more than important, and we need your opinion regarding this. Some new systems are being worked on as well. Crafting specialization, augment for weaponsmith and outfitter, as well as crafting quest. You can now create your guild with the first iteration of the system. You can create ranks with different permissions, invite players, kick players, promote and demote, as well as set up a message of the day. Guilds come with 2 chats, guild members and officer chats. While we're not reinventing the wheel with our guild, we are offering what you will expect from a guild system in any MMORPG. Players are now capable to add several chat tabs and select for each of them the channel of discussion they want to see. In a game like Embers Adrift that focuses on group play and social interaction, the guild system is very important. It might still be buggy, so we really need your feedback regarding this. Is there any feature that you wish would be implemented? Is it working like it should? Is it intuitive enough? Tell us everything you think about the guild system. As for the chat, at the moment it's not possible to separate the tab into different windows, but this is something that's going to be added in future. A form of fast travel have been added to our game. This fast travel will stay very limited, however, to ensure the need for players to discover, explore and travel. However, we felt the need to shorten the traveling time and helped groups to form and gather faster. Each zone does include an ember monolith, mysterious construction or natural disturbance that players need to discover. Once they have discovered those pillars, players can use them to travel from one monolith to another. For now, the fast travel are free of cost, but in future, To travel from one Embers monolith to another, it will cost you some Ember essence, so be aware of that. For now it's free, but it's not going to stay that way. The system needs your feedback as well. It's very important that you share with us what you think about it, if it feels great. And if you have new ideas regarding the positioning of certain monolith, please share that with us as well. A lot of new technical improvement has been added to the game. Some are visible, some are invisible. For example, we have the new NPC's swimming animation, because you know, now NPCs can follow you in the water if you try to flee in the water to get out of reach. It's not working anymore. You're going to be pursued and you're going to die, maybe. A lot of work has been done to allow the transition to Unity 21. All of that kind of work is of course not visible when you're playing the game, but it's really needed for the future of the game and for further work. Some new creators development is finished and they are waiting to be implemented into the world. They are really looking great and you will love to fight them. So be looking forward to that. Much more work needs to be done before launch. We are currently working on quest, on new dungeon and on new zone. Some systems such as the Ember Essence or the Alchemy Crafting, which is the ability to empower some region with Ember Essence, are currently being worked on and will be added very soon. The new weapon and armor enhancements that will provide it into crafting will be added as well. New armor visual have been already added to the game, but some are already in preparation and are waiting to be implemented soon. So you can expect more of that step by step. Thanks to all of you that have taken the jump, pre-order the game and become a beta tester. Thank you for your dedication, for your testing, for your time, for your energy and for your feedback. This is really precious and the whole team of Stormhaven Studio is truly really appreciative and grateful for that. There's a lot of work that still needs to be done and we are working really hard to provide the best experience possible and to shape the game as a beautiful, amazing game that you will enjoy to play. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it or find it interesting, please give it a like, share it with your friend and your community, speak about Embers Adrift everywhere, and I hope to see you in-game very soon or in a different video on this channel or on my live stream if you want to see the weekly community show live. I will be really happy to say you hi directly face to face, or almost. Take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye.